9 hours of sleep to get shredded. That's the title of this video. Even though I only got approximately 8 hours and 27 minutes last night. Went to bed at around 7:37 p.m. Woke up at 4:30 a.m. as usual. Sleep is highly underrated for numerous benefits. For getting ripped, for being energized, for not being a tubster, for being healthy. Most people are getting to bed late as fudge. 99.985 repeating percent of people get to bed late as fudge. I think past 9 p.m. is late. It's an unconventional thought there. But when you think unconventionally, you get unconventional results. Which is why I believe I am on my way to being a ripped millionaire that lives in Miami and drives a Lambo. It's a pretty unconventional result there. Although when you're in Miami, it's nothing unconventional. You pull up to the gym and everyone has a Lambo. It's like a car show. Had a blast while I was there. I was there for a couple months. I don't know if I told you guys. But I was going to one of those exclusive Miami gyms where the parking lot looks like a car show and you step inside and everyone's veiny and jacked. I want to be one of them. I want to compete with all of them. It's going to happen by me being highly OSIF consistent with my social media and my daily routines. And, going the right way? Yeah. Calves abs is today. We're hitting calves and abs. We're going to let them shine on their own day. Because when I hit calves on back day, it's long as fudge. And when I hit abs on push day, it's long as fudge. Obviously, leg day, there's no room to squeeze anything else in, so we're gonna give calves and abs their own day and let them shine on their own. So hopefully today's a nice, quicker workout. We're gonna bang it out quick. It's already 2:52 p.m. Yesterday when we were heading to the gym, it was what, 3:30 something? And we ended up getting to bed around 7:30 something. So now it's about 45 or whatever minutes earlier, 2:52, and the workout to be quicker. So hopefully we can be in bed tonight at around 6:55 p.m. because I am the king of my I'm the circadian king. I've mastered my circadian rhythm, and I love going to bed. I don't know how barely anyone likes going to bed early. Like, people like sleeping, but they like the tail end of the sleeping in. I'm the opposite. I like going to bed early. It's fun. I get flustered when there's like lights on and it's half hour before sunset or past that. It's called a psychological anchor. When a certain stimuli happens and you get an emotional response to it, it's because you've been trained in the past to have that emotional response during that stimuli. And the reason why I have that psychological anchor, why is everyone's speed here? I can't get through. The reason why I have that psychological anchor and get flustered when there's lights on, for example, if my mom leaves the lights on in the kitchen, it's past sunset, I'm like, I walk in, I shield my eyes, and I turn the light off. It's like, what the fudge? The reason why I have that is because when I was in college, I was super obsessive with bodybuilding and getting big. And I would get like ridiculous amounts of sleep, sometimes 12, 13 hours. And I would start super early. That's when I first started realizing to really tap it into my circadian rhythm by dimming the fudge out of the lights early. And I realized that raises melatonin levels. And so I've been doing it ever since. And then back then when I was super obsessive about it, I'd be like, no, turn the lights off, turn the lights off. If my girlfriend would have the lights on, I'd turn them off. I had to teach her about it, and I'd be pissed if there was lights on. Not pissed at her, but just pissed in general. Like, I took it really seriously. I was obsessive about all my meals. I'm getting back into that phase because we're gonna have to continue transforming our body before we get back to Miami, so we can be ripped millionaires that drive a Lambo and live in Miami. And so that's that. I'm excited to get to bed. I get to bed early as fudge, and I smile every time I get into the bed at night with my eyes all droopy and that good warm feeling in my eyes, like I just medied. It's like my new medi. I quit mediing, so my new medi is going to bed nice and early. Just being grateful and laying there and chilling. I don't get how people are on their phones at night. Like, so it's more comfortable to be in bed drifting off to sleep than to be staring at garbage content with overhead fake lights on. I personally don't understand it, but a question that often drives me hazy. Am I or the others crazy? A question that often drives me hazy. Am I or the others crazy? And with that being said, perfect timing. I need to figure out this tripod situation so that doesn't keep rocking. With that being said, we got our insights out with perfect timing again. Perhaps this is all lined up. The simulation has our backs. I told you what I need to tell you about sleep. And I thought I didn't have my mic on for a second. It's right there. And we're going to get our calves abs workout in at the gym that told me not to have my tripod on the floor. And we're going to pull our D out and have our tripod on the floor. So I thought to myself, I'm going to start with the exercise that sucks the most. So I thought, which one sucks more? Abs or calves? It's pretty close. Both of those, when you get a burn going, they really do suck. Then I thought, calves. Calves definitely suck the most. So let's get it out of the way and jump right in with some seated calf raises. That was my thought. Ooh, not resting as much. Want to be in bed at 6:55 p.m. today. So we're operating with a sense of urgency, like Robert Greene would say, the author of 48 Laws of Power. Straight calves. It's time for some abs now. Some hanging leg raises. The sweat's starting to pour now. I was thinking for a second, I don't want to do cardio after this if I didn't break a sweat. Because every day we wake up at 4:30 a.m., every day we sweat. Why do I do that? Because I want to be a ripped millionaire that drives a Lambo and lives in Miami. And to show respect to the creator. But I mean, let's be real. It's mostly because I want the result. But a side benefit is showing respect to the creator. I'm gonna put some work in. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you, creator. And also, this might lead to something epic. Now we're finishing off with some crunches. Really focusing on that mind-muscle ossive connection. That was calves and abs day. I didn't bring a post-workout shake with me because I don't have any farm fresh milk, but we're going to get home and carb up regardless. And perhaps tomorrow we'll hit the farm for some farm fresh milk. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next scene. That was a calves abs day. My first time doing that. And now we gotta get home and get this post-workout shake in. Oh wait, we don't have milk. We gotta get a post-workout meal in. Or actually, we might use some of Mom's half and half. Don't tell her I said that, even though she watches these vids. And by the way, I went to the pharmacy earlier to get my blood pressure reading. And let's talk about it at the legendary Mama's Basement. Let's talk about it in a second. Yeah, so that was a fire calves abs workout. I went to the pharmacy today to get another blood pressure reading. So the first test I did today was like 135/73. That's high normal and normal for the first number. Then I tested again, it was 152/77. So I was like, it's interesting. Jumped up. Then I did a third test. It was 130/65. At that point, I'm like, bruh, what you doing, bruh? Keep saying different things every time. So I'm thinking maybe the cuff is too small because I have to really squeeze in there because I have bodybuilder arms because I obviously bodybuild. So I'm feeling like my arms are too big for the machine. So my arms are very tight in there. But anyways, we should probably get our own blood pressure monitor coming up here so we can monitor it ourselves. And other than that, man, it's day 99 right now. So focusing on slow and steady wins the race. You know what I mean? But like Robert Greene says, he's the author of 48 Laws of Power. He says, have a sense of urgency. So I also try to apply a sense of urgency and go, go, go at certain times throughout my day. That's why it's on my 4:30 a.m. checklist, which says right at the top, have a sense of urgency or something like that. I'll post it on the screen right now. By the way, my morning routine is nothing glamorous, just charging cameras and getting onto the computer, stuff like that. Success is boring. It's repetitive, boring tasks. But I've committed. So I feel like it's having a sense of urgency, but also applying that slow and steady mentality. It's kind of like a mix of both, you know what I'm saying? Carpe diem, but also chill. You know, sometimes I'll go step outside in the morning, get some fresh air in, just breathe, put some prayers out there to the infinite intelligence, to the simulation about my executing my visions with the utmost efficiency and being grateful. And then getting back onto the computer. But I need to step up my focus, you know what I'm saying? In the mornings, I got to tighten up these morning routines, especially a little bit, because, you know, habits are super important. I need to focus more on the mornings. Sometimes I'll get pulled into I'll check YouTube, but just habitually or something like that. Little habits creep up, but I got to optimize my habits to create optimal habits that are going to get me to my situation. Because like Tai Lopez says,
the chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they're too strong to be broken.
So now's the time when we got to create these optimal habits. We got to be really aware of all of our daily habits. If we want to be a ripped millionaire that drives a Lambo and lives in Miami, I'm going to stay focused on that. It's all about the focus. Because like Tony Robbins says,
your joy, happiness, your anger is all controlled by what you focus on. Jot down, I don't experience life. I experience the life I focus on.
So I'm going to stay focused on being a jacked, veiny millionaire that lives in Miami, drives a Lambo, inspires people, provides value, and lives with the utmost efficiency. Day 1111 beyond. We're just placing ourselves into the future and then coming back to the present moment and establishing these habits and daily patterns that are going to get us there. I just took my magnesium glycinate. I'm going to get these mushroom lamps read and show some gratitude and get to bed early. It's 5:53 p.m. right now. I think we're on track for that 6:55 p.m. bedtime. With that being said, too blessed to have y'all here on this journey. Day 99, day hundos in the morning. God willing, I'll see you then. Much love, you mother fudgers.
I got to figure it out.